good day or good evening, whatever space time it is that you're watching this video. Not all light is good, and not all dark is evil. These are the words that I heard Spirit bringing through as I shuffled through my cards right now. And then I was told to look at the bottom of the deck. And we have false knowledge. Just because you always believed it doesn't mean it's true. What if what you know is actually what you were conditioned to believe? So I think that I'm tapping into an energy within the collective at this time who has this questioning, has a questioning about maybe their own darkness, and being conditioned and programmed and trained to think that they should ignore their darkness or turn from it and not try to integrate it in any way, thinking that it's all purely evil. And I love that Spirit brought up not all light is good, not all dark is evil. Many were trained to see darker things as automatically evil. But it's only the true ones who become the alchemists that realize that the darkness is actually necessary and it serves a purpose. It's needed just as much as the light. It's almost as if someone in the collective right now is trying to learn how to let go of something that they have always believed to be true, because it's just what had been ingrained within them. Perhaps you're starting to find out that not everything that you think you know right now is holding up to the actual truth, your truth, holding up to the proof that you found in your own pudding, so to speak. Go ahead and get a couple more of these out here. This card, now that I'm looking at it, the words Hellcat comes to mind. And that brings me over to the car, Hellcat. So I don't know if that is significant for someone out there in the collective watching this video at this time. Black Panthers obviously might be a thing as well. But the fact that this cat, no less, looks very fierce. The claws are out, you know? Something has been revealed to you and proven to you and has proved a falsity within the own construct of your belief systems up until right now, is what I'm hearing. And this is kind of bringing your claws out, so to speak. And I can feel like a fierceness. And I can feel the fire that seems to be in the background behind this beautiful panther spirit here. It's almost like I can hear you say, "What the hell? I can't believe you told me this as a truth, and I'm finding out that it couldn't be any farther from the truth." And it's bringing up some kind of ferociousness within you. And perhaps you're wondering whether you should lean into this fierceness, leaning into your darkness a little bit in this regard. But remember, not all darkness is evil, right? So perhaps this darkness is trying to show you something. Because after all, I see the darkness as teachers. And once you kind of shed the light on the darkness, quote unquote, they begin to reveal the things they are trying to teach you and show you. So perhaps this person is trying to integrate their shadow at this time. They're realizing that their ego and their shadow serves a purpose, and it's not something to completely write off. It's something to integrate and utilize. And the first card I'm looking at that came out with those two is Bad Blood. It says you may think you're over it, but the resentment is still writing scripts in your subconscious. So this may be what you are dealing with currently. Maybe you had already come to pass with this false knowledge, being programmed to think that shadow integration isn't a thing. But now we got bad blood, right? Just like the song. There's something there that's still keeping you attached to these feelings of, well, maybe it was not false. Maybe I'm just making it false because I want to believe in something that I shouldn't believe in. This is something that needs to be let go of at this time, I truly feel. Because what is right for you may not be right for the next average Joe down the street. You know what I mean? And what's true for you should be embraced as your truth. And then we have centered calm. Reacting is easy, but choosing with wisdom takes grounded stillness. A decision born in chaos will carry its frequency. So in this regard, even though there is like this vibe of bad blood going on, you're making the conscious decision to stay centered, to stay calm, to not react, and choosing to allow the wisdom that you have come into so far to keep you in like this grounded stillness. Through this shadow work, I feel that you have already come to the conclusion that when chaos is given into, what is born from it is chaotic. And so there's a fine balance here that's trying to be reached, I feel, within this person in the collective that I'm tapping into right now. Because a lot of the shadow, a lot of the darkness, it can seem very chaotic. And there's a fine line between allowing the chaos to take over and learning how to harness the chaos in order to use it and alchemize with it. I was just reminded about being asked a question by somebody in the recent past. I'm not sure why I'm being reminded of it, since we're talking about darkness and light. There's like a balancing. And the question referred to the 3D and the 5D and how to remain in the 5D because this person was constantly being pulled back to the 3D, you know? And my answer to this was that it's not about completely leaving your roots here in the 3D. It's about integrating both together and, being one with it. And so that very well could be why I'm being reminded of that conversation, because with the balance of light and dark as well, with light and shadow, it too should be considered a balance and an integration of both as one. And perhaps this is the confirmation that this person was looking for in this regard. But nonetheless, I felt as if I needed to share that right here. There's got to be a reason why Spirit had reminded me of that conversation right here, right now, as I'm recording this. I'm going to go ahead and grab some tarot and pull a few more cards here for this message. As I started shuffling these, I started hearing some commentary. And it was a person who was telling me that they're feeling quite drained because of the fact that they are constantly trying to be light, And I'm hearing how hard it is for you to stay within this realm of everything is okie dokie, hunky dory, love and light constantly. And my answer to that is that we are not meant to do that. The darkness must be embraced just as much as the light. It helps you to properly break things down, destroy things within your life that are meant to be taken out, that aren't supposed to be there anymore. It's meant to cause boundaries. It's meant, for all kinds of things. And so when we ignore it completely, we miss the opportunity of protecting ourselves on our path, right? I hope that makes sense. And this very well could be why you're feeling drained at this point, is because you're completely ignoring the other half of the whole equation. It can cause things like burnout. It can cause things like irritability. It can actually bring you into a very negative polarization. Whereas if you just embrace both light and dark, you are able to maintain a balance there and not get so easily burnt out. I'm hearing there's 3. Let's see what we got here. Makes sense. We've got 3 oracles. Why not get 3 tarot? Thank you, Spirit. My guides are a little OCD at times, I've noticed. We've got 7 of Cups. Okay. And I'm also hearing that it is important to note the cards underneath the cards. So that's Spirit letting me know that these cards are coinciding with each other, bringing clarity to each one of the oracles. And I could see how the 7 of Cups is kind of coming in under this centered and calm card that speaks about reacting over, choosing the wisdom within and taking a stillness and a grounded approach rather than reacting to this 7 of Cups energy where everything is in your face and it's really hard to make decisions and choices. And there's a little bit of a struggle there. But at least you have it to the point where you understand that if you allow things to be born in a chaotic way, it will carry chaotic frequency. It's also you not wanting to lead yourself to your own illusions, right? Because this false knowledge here that was programmed in your mentee all throughout your life was so far off the Richter scale that you have a little bit of fear of leading yourself into the same illusions that had brought you to this point at this time, which could coincide with as well this bad blood, something within the subconscious that is still kind of melded to the fear of the falsities, the illusions, and trying to make wise decisions going forward and learning how to trust your instincts, like this instinctual knowing rather than what is being fed to you, listening within to what you proverbially would like to feed on yourself as far as beliefs, as far as what you feel to be true and what you feel is false. And the encouragement that I can offer in this regard is to just continue to focus on what truly aligns with your own personal values and avoiding the distractions that are constantly being thrown out there, and to not allow yourself to be misguided, coming to your own conclusions about things. It's more of going with what you're feeling rather than what you're being told, if that makes sense. Now we have 6 of Cups. So obviously this is an emotional thing for you as well, with the appearance of 2 Cups cards. Perhaps you hold on to a lot of nostalgia from your childhood, especially where your belief systems were set in motion. That's what the 6 of Cups is all about. It's all about that inner child and your childhood and what you were taught. And you feel as if you're turning away from that in those regards. Going forward, I highly suggest working with the inner child that is within you as well. The inner child can guide you back to the light if you go into the darkness a little too far. It helps you to see the joys and the happiness within the every single day mundane things. It can also lead you to what truths to hold for yourself and which ones to let go of as well. The inner child is great at being able to feel their way around, so to speak. I mean, the killer whale is another prime example of this example that Spirit brought forward with the saying that not all light is good and not all dark is evil, because they had given such a killer name to a whale, right? Killer whales are actually very family oriented, and they work together. They represent cooperation within a unit, within a family unit, helping one another for their meals, you know? They're very intelligent creatures. They come up with plans on how to go about their hunt. And the fierce name was only given by people who wanted to hunt them, basically, and kind of make their actions okay by blaming the fact on them that they're organized killers of the ocean, right? It's like a bad rap that was given to these whales in order to make people's that hunted them, their actions okay, to make them feel better about themselves, right? Killer whales may be very significant to you. That could be why I went on a little bit of a tangent there. Pirates as well. This little kid has a pirate hat on, he's got his pirate flag, riding that killer whale, being like, you know what? I'm going my own way. I'm a pirate and I'm going my own damn way. I feel like that's the point that this person in the collective is reaching right now. You're like, you go ahead and keep believing your false knowledge. I'm going to go ahead and go over here with my killer whale and do me. Let's go ahead and see what the final card is here for the day. Page of Swords. And this couldn't be more perfect, I think, for this message that came through. Once again, I'm getting the message. This came out recently on another video here on Spirit Sarai. Once again, I feel like this person I'm tapping into currently is rewriting their own script with the truth of themselves. And instead of turning away from the darker pieces of you, you are turning away from the false light that had surrounded you. And by looking at your own darkness and studying it, you are then able to recreate a new story, a truthful story, and to also not feed the false lights that had been trying to take you on a whirlwind trip to nowhere. And so you, my friend, you are doing the right things. Have no fear, and if you do fear, turn around and look at it, examine it, study it, because it's probably just trying to teach you something. And with all that, I think I'm going to leave this one here. I love you. Bye.